Hey, everybody, welcome into the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone. It is Friday, March 14th, 2025, and we are joined in studio today by reoccurring guest and friend of the program and show, Gab Gowdy. Gab, how are you doing on this wonderful Friday morning?
Guys, it's like going to be 70 degrees in Cleveland. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Drink, go outside. Get ready for baseball. Anyway, we're starting with football today, though, guys. Russell Wilson left Berea, Ohio without a contract, visiting with the New York Giants today, I believe. I don't know what's going to happen, but Gab, I want to get your thoughts on Mr. Unlimited potentially being the next Cleveland Browns quarterback. Yay or nay?
Definitely not yay.
Not yay. You're not a Mr. Unlimited fan.
No, I'm not a Mr. Unlimited fan. What are we supposed to do? He has had like 3 seasons in a row that have been like really terrible.
Okay, but would you rather see Deshaun Watson play another snap of football?
Well, that's not going to happen. Yeah, and like
Okay.
right, and Deshaun's not going to happen. So like the thing with Russell Wilson, I like got in the lab on this last night cuz I was like, dude, I can't. I'm trying to like get myself to buy into it cuz I honestly think that it's going to happen either later today or tomorrow. So I'm like trying to psych myself up on this, and I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, wow, like he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but the thing is he's like, again, he's the polar opposite of what we're trying to accomplish here. He's 5'10" with shoes on.
Hey,
he's gonna get to. Hey, I could say that because I'm shorter than that. He gets every single pass batted down. It's gonna be like, okay, maybe he won't throw the same interceptions that Jameis threw or that Flacco would throw if he comes back here, but it's not going to be pretty. They're not going to be able to move the ball. It's going to be a lot of like short throws to the tight end. Russell Wilson wants to throw it deep. Jerry Jeudy's probably going to want to fist fight him by week 3. I just can't get excited about this, Ryan, and I know you are.
Well, hold up. I wouldn't say I'm excited about it. I would say I'm welcome to it. The options on the table right now are none of them are appealing. Don't get me wrong. I don't want Kirk Cousins. I certainly don't want Joe Flacco. I know this town is infatuated with him, but he's not the answer. I'm saying best on the table right now, in my opinion, would be Russell Wilson, unless you're digging into the Drew Locks of the world.
I'm taking Russell Wilson, though. I know, and Jack is going to get excited about Drew Lock. I'll take Russell Wilson, but it can't stop the Browns from drafting Shedeur. If they gave Russell Wilson some sort of handshake agreement that you're going to start all 17 games, I'm going to puke. Like, Russell Wilson should just be the Tyrod Taylor. Come in. We all know what it is. You're a lame duck, and we're waiting for the next guy.
All right. Well, Shedeur Sanders, polarizing figure, obviously grown up famous-ish. If your dad's Deion Sanders, people are going to know your name. Gab, where do you stand on Cam Ward, Deion Sanders? Would you be welcome to, Shedeur Sanders? Well, if one's coming, if one's coming, the other's coming. Where do you stand on Shedeur
That's
Sanders?
2026.
What about Shiloh? What about Shiloh, too?
We're going to do Coach Prime to the Browns shows in 2026.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I am for Shedeur Sanders coming to the Browns. I think that's our best option.
Listen, I totally agree. And Nick, to go back to your point, I don't understand the rhetoric that if you sign Russell Wilson or some other vet, Kirk Cousins, it strays the Browns' plans of drafting a quarterback at 2. It doesn't make sense to me. Russell Wilson coming to this team doesn't make you a contender in the next 2-3 years. Why would you not draft a quarterback, the most important position, and let him develop behind a Super Bowl champion, Russell Wilson? It makes no sense to me. Talking about taking the best player available. Yeah, you could sit behind Kenny Pickett.
Champion.
2 Super Bowl champions if you get Russell Wilson in here. 2 rings. The Browns have never seen 1, let alone been to the big dance. It doesn't make sense to me, Nick. I'm with you. If you sign Russell Wilson, you still have to draft your future at 2 no matter what.
Yeah, at 2. Because I know then people will say, like, oh, they're still going to draft one, but it might be Jalen Milroe at 33. Like, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not subscribing to that. We've done that before with Brandon Weeden in the late 1st and Deshaun Kaiser in the 2nd. We're not doing that again. You've got to take it at 2. Otherwise, you're going to have the 2nd pick again next year.
Absolutely. It makes no sense to me, that rhetoric. But okay, nightmare Brown scenario quarterbacks. Honestly, a lot of these seem like nightmares, bad dreams. What would be the worst case scenario for you guys? Is it Russell Wilson? Because for me, right now, the options
scenario
available
that we're in right now, like this is
I don't think it gets any worse.
No, the fact that, and I said it yesterday, like the fact that people are like on social media and all out brawls, like planting their flag of like, you're an idiot if you want Russell Wilson, or you're an idiot if you want Kirk Cousins. Like, we're arguing over the bottom of the barrel here.
All right, Jack, I'm sorry, but I have to do this. You put this question here in the Google
Oh,
Doc.
I didn't even get to answer that question. Just time to
Yeah, go
grill
ahead,
Jack.
Jack.
No,
I'm
no,
just confirming
What's your
something.
Nightmare scenario.
Jack, please.
I have my nightmare scenario. Actually, credit to my dad because my dad and I were talking about this a couple of days ago, but it is official. Tyler Shaw, the Louisville quarterback, is my nightmare scenario. He is 25 years old. We are not doing this again, Brandon Whedon. You do not come back in a different spirit and reincarnate his body. We're not doing this.
All right, Jack, you put this question in the Google Doc. Quote, would you trade 2 of the Cavs' core 4 for Baker Mayfield back on the Cleveland Browns? Before I even answer this, Jack, can you explain this question?
Yeah. So if you're looking at it, it's going to be: would you trade?
No,
2 of the
I
Cavs
know
core
what the
4
question
for
is.
Baker Mayfield. It's very.
You know what I mean. What was your thought process?
My thought process was, hey, we got a cool show. Gab Gowdy's coming in person today. Like, let's rile up the internet a little bit. Like, see what's going on. Maybe there's a Baker bro in the room. I don't know.
I don't think there is. Do you watch the Cavs?
Do I watch the Cavs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't very convincing.
That was it.
This is Jack. This is your first year kind of getting into basketball, right?
Well, I mean, I've followed
Lucky
basketball
you.
my whole life, but like in a serious manner,
picked
like
a good
keeping up
time,
with
yeah.
non-Cavs teams, like learning players. Yes.
So you've learned the players that we have, and you see what they're doing with their over 50 wins and 10 losses, and you said, I would rather watch Baker Mayfield?
I didn't say that. I
You
posed a question for people to answer. I did not say that I would do it personally.
This
I
is the
don't-
only thing that's like keeping us happy and alive right now, and you want to take that away.
I mean, I don't know. Just go. Maybe like next time you're awake at 2 a.m. and you're sad, turn on like a Viva La Vida Baker Mayfield Browns at it, and things are
Turn
going to get a
on
little bit
Donovan
better.
Mitchell game from last week.
Yeah, I mean,
Try that.
yeah, I love Donovan Mitchell too. He's a great ball player. It was just a question. It was just a question.
I think we got to put a poll out, and if we put a poll out, like I'm gonna venture to say that like less than 10% of people will say that they'd rather take Baker over the core 4.
I hope it's
Less than 10%.
I hope it's
You'll
less
have
than-
people that vote on it because it's Twitter poll and it's anonymous that'll vote
Yeah.
bring Baker back just to troll. So you got to account for those people.
There's one person though who's watching us right now who's like, "What are all these assholes talking about?" I would take Baker Mayfield in 1 second. There'd be one guy out there.
I don't
Your
think
brain
so.
dead. I want to talk about Aaron. I want to talk about Aaron. There's a lot of people that are brain dead.
There are some
Speaking
people
of-
that work for this company.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers doesn't work for our company. I hope he never does. Although the ratings would go up. Where's he going? Is he going to the Giants? Is he going to the Vikings? They haven't really gave any sign that they want Aaron Rodgers, but I imagine he wants to go there. That'd be his best scenario to win. If he hasn't gone to Pittsburgh yet, I'm not quite sure what's holding him up. You saw the pictures of him on the beach walking around with a towel on his head. The most Aaron Rodgers thing you could ever do. Self-proclaimed enigma. Did anybody watch the documentary, by the way?
I thought Evan Mobley
I
was the
didn't.
enigma.
Is that his
I
nickname?
tried to watch the first episode and I was like, I can't do
Was it bad?
this. It wasn't that it was bad. It was just that it gave me the vibes that it was going to come across as like an Aaron Rodgers puff piece or like try to get me to feel like bad for him or something. I made it really like 4.5 minutes in and I was like, what am I doing? There's got to be a better use of my time than watching the Aaron Rodgers documentary. So I just shut it off.
Well, where do we think Aaron Rodgers is going to go? Because it seems like at this point, it's
hell
not the
if he doesn't
Steelers.
change his ways.
I feel like if it was the
That's
Steelers,
number one. That's number one.
I feel like if it was the Steelers, it would have already been announced. I mean, what else do you have to wait? You have DK Metcalf and George Pickens now. I can't imagine unless you're waiting on the Vikings if they'll take you. Other than that, maybe he'll go back to Pittsburgh. The Giants are in play. Browns were never in play for Aaron Rodgers. We'll start there. Did you guys find it interesting that the Browns had no interest in Aaron Rodgers? I'm glad that that's the case.
That would be the most Browns scenario out of this would be we do not hear one report about Aaron Rodgers the whole entire time, the whole way. No smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Everyone's got you see the Twitter checks coming out. Where's he going? Who's he meeting with? And out of nowhere, Cleveland Browns sign Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that would be
my God.
hilarious. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he goes to Minnesota either, man. Honestly, I'm going to hot take it. I think Nick brought this up yesterday. I don't think he finds a place he wants to go. I don't know if he wants to go to Pittsburgh's system, and maybe he takes his ball and goes home.
He's not going home.
I don't think he's going home either. I think he has too much left, too much pride, too much left. He doesn't want to end on the bad season with the Jets.
It's going to be Pittsburgh, I still think.
You still think it'll be Pittsburgh? Would that scare you?
No.
No.
I don't think it's scaring me either.
I mean, the thing is Pittsburgh, like, does it scare me? It scares me in the same way that Pittsburgh scares me every year in the fact that they're just a better organization than the Browns. So sure, I'm confident that they'd find a way to make it work with Rodgers. Yeah. Are they going to win a Super Bowl? Probably not. Are they going to be better than the Browns? Probably. Low bar to clear, but still a bar, and they're still going to clear it.
All right, we got to take a break here on the Big Factor. When we get back, we're flipping over to baseball. Guardian superlatives, we're giving them out. We'll be right back on the Big Factor. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. We're brought to you today and every day, of course, by our great friends at Fairway Ford, Ohio. Fairway Ford is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the state. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks, and I can promise you they will not be beat on price by any other Ford dealers. Do not let a short drive to Keenfield, Ohio prevent you from saving thousands. Yes, that's thousands of dollars on your new ride. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, lowest pricing, and the same hometown level of service. Visit fairwayfordohio.com. That's fairwayfordohio.com, and they deliver now, guys. I don't know how you beat that.
I mean, Paul Dolan, take a lesson, man. I mean, look at what the fine people over here at Fairway Ford are doing for you. They'll deliver to you. How nuts is that? Like, I don't even. Do they drive it out to you? How does that go?
Yeah, I mean, what else would they do?
So you take 2 cars out? No.
Well, it would get like, you know how you see semis with cars on them?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
Yeah, no, I was unaware of the process, yeah.
All right, well, now you know. All right, we're flipping it over to baseball, the Guardians. We're going to do some superlatives. I'll open it up to the floor. Whoever wants to go first, we'll start here. What player for the Cleveland Guardians are you most excited for in 2025?
Don't all go at once.
Okay, I'll go first. Kyle Manzardo.
Great answer.
My
Great answer.
answer
Great
is
answer.
Kyle Manzardo.
I'm a little worried about that one, though, because I want that to be the player that I'm most excited for, but I feel like Carlos Santana's kind of in the way.
He needs to get out of the way.
He needs to get out of the way, and that's what I'm kind of worried about.
Are you going with yours, Nick, or do you want me to go with mine?
Sure, I'll go with mine. Guardian that I'm most excited for, Emmanuel Clase, because you can't be posting your stupid rings on your Instagram and have that horrible playoff performance and not bounce back. If you don't bounce back, you'll kind of go down forever as a meme. If you do bounce back, you kind of like solidify yourself as Ryan Day, where it's like, you're probably still a clown deep down at your core, but you bounce back. So.
Ryan Day comparison for Class A is crazy.
That-
What?
It's Friday on the Big Factor.
It's Friday on the Big Factor,
God.
so anything could happen.
That one hurt me.
That's a good comparison, though, isn't it?
No.
Like he's got to
personally enjoyed
bounce
it.
back. He's got to go on like a Ryan Day redemption
yeah.
tour and redeem himself, especially in the playoffs. Like we
Something
need the
to
Guardians
prove.
to get to the playoffs.
However, his spring has
for the
been a little
vibes and-
rough.
I know, so I'm nervous. But I'll say Clase because I'm curious to see. He was so good all year last year, and then it just fell off a cliff at the end. Like that ain't it.
Most excited, Nick. I'm actually going to stay with you out in the bullpen, believe it or not. Last year, everyone knows we had 4 relievers, sub-2 ERA. Very fun thing to see. It's going to be really tough for them to do it again, but you know what's going to help that bullpen a lot is whenever Trevor Stephan comes back. He's a guy who a lot of fans forgot about in Cleveland because he wasn't around last year for that excellent bullpen. The guy might have the best splitter out of the bullpen in the sport of baseball when he's back and healthy, and he's still extended on. I think he has 2 years left on his deal. So getting Trevor Stephan back, like, if those 4 guys can somehow do anything similar to what they did in the previous season, and Trevor Stephan comes back and is 80% of what he was the last time he was healthy, this bullpen is going to be historically dangerous.
I'll go with the starter. I'll go with Gavin Williams, spring trading darling for the Cleveland Guardians. If he can get that status of the pseudo ace, like I think he has more potential of being a number 1 than a guy like Tanner Bybee, and the Guardians desperately need that because you got Shane Bieber coming back probably All-Star break. I don't know what you can expect from him coming off the Tommy John surgery. I assume he'll still be the Shane Bieber of old that we know and love. But again, are the Guardians going to extend him? I mean, history will tell you probably not. You need Gavin Williams to step up. All right, flip it. What position needs the most immediate upgrade, Jack? I think I know your answer.
Catcher.
Wow, I thought you were going to go with
my
right field.
God.
Oh, really? Oh, no. It's catcher. I'm not even saying it's starting catcher specifically, but you need a little bit more than the triumvirate of Bo Naylor, Dom Nunez, and Austin Hedges to move me entering opening day because you are Bo Naylor stubbing his toe away from an utter hell on earth. So you need to go find
That's true.
something. I mean, because there's some people who are a little bit high on Cody Huff, who we traded Cal Quantrill for before last season. I haven't watched him play ever, so I'm not going to sit here and say I know much about him because I would be lying to you folks. So, yeah, I don't really know if he moves it for me. I really wouldn't hate going out to get like just your base level. Like, we always go out and get Sandy Leone halfway through the year. We didn't last year, but something like that. A guy who you know is going to hit 200 and play okay backup catcher.
Yeah, but it
Mike's
didn't seem
in,
like you liked his answer of
I
catcher.
mean, I thought that was terrible. I thought that was quite rude to Bo.
Well,
Okay, I'm going to be real. Bo might stink.
No!
Yes,
Guys,
I'm sorry.
He might-
Bo
he might
might
not be great.
Bo
No,
might
guys,
suck.
he's hit what, like 4 home runs already in spring training?
How
We
many
need that
springs
to
in a
hold.
row, Gab? How many springs
Just
in a row
let
did
me have
Gabriel
it.
Arias
Hold
hit
on,
5
hold.
home runs and hit 400?
Not this one, so he's gonna have a good season now.
Yeah, finally,
That's true.
exactly.
There we go.
But that's why Bo Naylor is not gonna have a good
Don't
season.
start with him.
All right, then Gab, what's your answer? What position group do you think needs the most immediate
It's right
upgrade?
field. It's been right field for like 20 years. We haven't had a
More
right
than,
fielder.
more than.
Our
Albert
whole
Bell's been
lives.
gone for
All of our
for
whole
Rainier
lives.
Mares.
When was the last time we hit 20 home runs?
Oh,
from a right
God.
fielder?
Jay Bruce's corpse in
Lonnie
2017.
Chisenhall?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been forever. I don't
Lonnie
think-
never
did
got
he
to
do
20.
that?
I
I don't
love
think
Lonnie
he did
never
that
got to
either.
20?
Lonnie was my
Probably
favorite player growing
Ever.
up.
Dude hit 4 in a game. You never got to 20?
No.
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, he was consistently at least. I would even take that. Like he was.
Yes.
Lonnie Chisenhall was at least consistently hitting around like 260,
Dude,
270.
he gave you 267, 15 home runs, and 60, 70 RBIs. Like it was his goddamn job year in and year out.
And I would at least.
Battling calf injuries too. He was on at least 3 IL stints a year for that calf.
Don't worry, guys. We have Tyler Naquin to fill in the spot.
I'm
Naked.
saying,
Dude,
I'm
you-
still going conspiracy.
yeah, I
on
was going to
that.
say,
Friday allegations.
Nick, tell Gab your conspiracy
Yeah,
theory.
so
Is
my
it?
conspiracy is that like Tyler Naquin realized that nobody wanted him as an outfielder. So he's like, I gotta, like media, you gotta get your foot in the door somehow. So he convinced them like I'm gonna be a pitcher. But really he's not gonna be a pitcher. He just knows that Will Brennan and Jean Kenzie Noel might not be that good. And then out of nowhere he's like, boom, I could play right field too. And then he's
Do
the
I hate
starting
it?
everyday right
you
field.
don't.
No, I
No,
don't.
you don't. That's the
No,
thing.
I
You don't hate it. Because that
Tinfoil
one
hat.
time when 34-year-old Tyler Naquin hits a walk-off home run and as he touches home
park?
plate, he tosses it up. The whole entire city's going to lose it.
Right, exactly.
All right, Nick, position group needs the most immediate upgrade.
Immediate upgrade, I'm going to go right field as well. And maybe the upgrade comes from, I know Bruce was in here Wednesday, or who was it that was telling us that Will Brennan put on all that muscle? Was it Bruce?
No, well, I relayed that from Bob DiBiasio. He
Okay.
said Will Brennan was hitting the weights this offseason. He looks buff.
I mean, okay, so maybe the upgrade is internal. I think we all hope, because I don't think they're going to do anything externally. I think they're going to let these two guys figure it out. But yeah, I mean, especially like, if the Guardians emulate what they did last year, I think all of us would be surprised. I think we're expecting just a smidge of, natural regression. But the thing about what happened last year was when you went up against the Yankees, you didn't have the horses to bring you through the rest of the way. And I think having a big, strong right field bat would have been the missing piece. And that was not addressed. In fact, it might have been subtracted when they lost Naylor.
Can we very quickly also appreciate the fact that in Game 3 of the ALDS,
Right.
Will Brennan played right field for 1 inning, and then got pinch hit in the first inning?
I'm going to go with catcher. I'm sorry. Bo Naylor stinks.
Yeah, wait, let's go Ryan.
Bo Naylor absolutely stinks. He's not. Here's the worst part of it.
Nepotism, baby.
Here's the worst part of it. He's not even good defensively. Like Austin Hedges obviously clears him defensively.
Well, dude, the thing
Neither
is,
can
too,
hit their weight.
Bo
And
Naylor's a framer. If they get rid of, if you can start challenging balls and strikes, that goes away real quick too. So I
know
mean,
what?
but the one thing we should note though, because we have been a little bit rough on Bo Naylor here today, is that it does take the longest for catchers to develop their bats. So I mean, there's obviously hope there in the next year or two, but.
When he's an all-star, just remember that I told you so. When
If.
he's in Atlanta on the all-star team this season,
Do you want to bet on it?
I think
$5.
is it crazy to say? And
I will buy tickets to the game.
Bo
if
Naylor's
Naylor
not.
is the.
No. Bo Naylor's
Everyone
not.
is
being all-star.
$5 from both of you.
We are going to Atlanta, the 5 of us, if Bo Naylor makes the All-Star
We're all
team.
getting jerseys, and we're going to be in the front row cheering for him.
Fine. Well, we can go on the field for batting practice. You might have to hook that one up, but we
I'll
can
ask.
do it.
I'll ask a few people, see
Okay.
what I can do.
I think Shane Bieber with 1 start before All-Star break has a better chance of making the All-Star game than Bo Naylor.
No!
I'll be completely honest with you.
Yeah, come on. That's slanderous. Like, I'm not ready to. I'm not there yet. Like,
Bo Naylor's doing the little sass meme right now at home. Watching this.
Me?
am I concerned?
You know what? Bo Naylor, I'm
Yes.
here for you.
Has it been bad to date? Pretty bad.
Yes.
Am I willing to say that he sucks? No, because there is power there, and I think that's what you need out of the catching position. I'm not ready to.
Gotta learn
Put
how
him
to
in the
curveball.
ground
That's a-
yet.
That's a big one.
How many catchers in the league would you take right now? There's not that many good ones.
I would take a handful.
I
of
mean,
Bo.
There's
I
not
mean,
that
man,
many,
like
like-
a
You're
like
right,
A
you're right.
Cantillo DeLauder trade for Cal Raleigh would go nuts.
Well, too late now.
No, it's
Man's
not a
gonna-
spring. We can.
He's not playing
Mike
for
gets
10
work.
weeks.
All right, Jack, we'll start with you for this one. Hot take, or excuse me, not your hot take yet, but who's the most likely to be traded?
For me, it's gonna be Lane Thomas. He's on the expiring deal. If we're out of it, it's gonna be Lane Thomas for sure.
Nick?
I don't want to steal Jack's, but that's mine as well. So I'm going to go Lane Thomas.
I think that is also, we should note, that is the most obvious answer.
It's the most
Like,
obvious, yeah.
That's the safe pick.
Do you want me to give a different answer then?
Yeah, you can do
Do you
whatever
have
desire.
one?
Yeah,
I
I
can't
do.
even.
Friday on the
do.
Big Factor.
Okay, who else on the team got paid?
Nobody.
Clase. Trade him.
True.
Oh, because Cade Smith is going to be ready to be the closer here soon.
Might be traded.
You
They
did
give him
get
money.
Paul-
Gab
He's
just
gotta
traded
go.
my favorite guardian, or what was the question? The one that I'm my most exciting guardian to
Well,
watch.
he
Yeah.
got money. So what
He did.
happens when our players get money?
You did
Yeah,
get Paul
would've traded Ryan Day
Sewell.
before the championship.
I would have
Confirmed.
fired him.
I would have too. That Deion Sanders in the Ohio State
Yeah.
year went triple platinum on my Twitter before.
All right,
Oh,
Jack,
man.
you have a Shane Bieber hot take.
Ryan, you hinted at it earlier. I'm just a little nervous because I was texting a couple of Guardians group chats yesterday. I want to get your guys' thoughts. It just seems everyone is so like, okay, we're going to get Bieber back at the All-Star break. Like, that's your big addition. Like, that's who you're bringing at the deadline. You're adding an elite starting pitcher. Is it safe to say that we're a little bit putting the cart before the horse, the buggy before the horse here with this? I mean, Shane Bieber's been healthy and pitched a full season of good baseball one time since he won his Cy Young Award in 2022. He's been either hurt or not been up to his typical standard in the other years since then. His fastball velo's been dropping for a couple of years. Are you guys at all worried that Shane Bieber is not going to be Shane Bieber again?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's the health factor. I mean, you saw what he did in his 2 starts last season when he
Incredible.
played on his way to another Cy Young. I know it's a 2-game sample, so it's hard to say, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
He did get the A's and the Mariners, though. We do have to add that.
Yeah, but still.
But I mean, no, he looked incredible. Gab, what do you think?
Well, I mean, we have to have a little bit of delusion. Do you see what we're working with?
Yeah, that is true.
Right.
Never mind, Cy Young's back on.
Yeah, let us have that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even need him to be Cy Young, though. You know,
No, you
like
don't.
need him.
No.
You need him to just
You need Bybee and Williams to step up if he's not going to be close to that level, though. For
right.
Sure.
And I just don't. Yeah, like I think it's just going to be nice to have him back. Period, because he's a starting pitcher, and that's a group like you're saying that you look at of could need immediate help, and it's like,
Wait till you get to the show ratings on those guys.
yeah, you know. So
Well, speaking of the show ratings, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. When we come back, MLB The Show 25 or 26 is it now?
25. Should we make it a game between you guys?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
We like
Everyone
games here.
gives their guess.
Well, that came
yeah.
out at midnight. I'm shocked you made it here in time, Jack. I know you're up till 4 in the morning playing that, but we're going to guess the Guardians
actually-
players' ratings in MLB The Show when we get back here on the Big Factor. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Big Factor. We're sticking in with baseball. We're going to MLB The Show ratings for Guardians players. The game just came out last night at midnight. Jack, who are we starting with?
Let's go to that rotation. How about the man we just talked about, Shane Bieber? What do you guys think he came in at this year?
All right, so how are we doing this? Are we just all throwing out a
Just
guess?
everyone throwing around. I will say the ratings, they don't tend to be like high 90s typically for most guys. Like the ratings are a bit lower than like a 2K, I would say, is the advice I'll give you guys.
Okay, coming off an injury, I will say Shane Bieber is... I hope they still showed him some respect. I'll go with a 91.
Oh, I'm going to go 81.
81? You think it's that low?
I've never played the show, but the one thing that Jack has said about it every single time that we talk about it is that the ratings are lower than you think. So I'm gonna go like 75.
81, Gab on the dot.
Are you? I like that. So
yes!
Yeah.
all right.
Wow, that is disrespectful.
Nice.
How about Tanner Bybee?
Okay,
All right. So I'm gonna stick with my 81.
I know this one, I think. I think it's an 84.
I'll go 83.
Everyone's sleeping on Bibes a little bit. 86.
Oh.
Nice.
Highest starting pitcher for the Gardos. I mean, we're not going to go through the whole entire depth chart here, but what if we ran through?
We have to do Bo Naylor, by the
How
way.
about Luis Ortiz? What do you guys think for Luis Ortiz?
Should be low.
I'll go
Have you watched?
70, 77.
I'm holding out hope. I have to.
That's real kind, Rye.
That's
70.
kind.
70 on the dot. for Luis
Yeah,
Ortiz.
yeah. So that's a
I was gonna
2K
say, like,
rating.
64.
So
that's
what-
a 2K
What's
rating.
what's Paul Skeens rated?
Probably
99.
like a 94 or something like
Yeah,
that.
probably.
Okay.
What's Jose? Like 92?
We'll get to him.
Okay.
This is okay. Gab, I'm sorry in advance here.
Bo Naylor?
Guys, Tristan McKenzie.
Oh, he's garbage too.
Nick, you're going to
Guys.
die laughing.
No, I'm not gonna laugh because I want him to be good so bad.
60s.
69,
Ryan?
What was Ortiz?
70.
70.
Oh God.
So it's lower than 69. It's got to be 65.
68.
Tristan McKenzie checking in at a 63 overall in MLB
Rude.
The Show this year.
Yeah, he's not good.
Dude, so like when you make a my player in 2K and like you just downloaded the game, you just
No
set it up.
VC.
That's what you start as, like fresh out the box. So that's horrible.
Bullpen. How about let's go Hunter Gaddis. What do you guys think they're giving for the kid?
He's a
Hoist the
dog.
colors.
I'll go. So how are like relievers rated?
They're lower. They tend to go. They tend to run lower.
Okay, 79.
77.
75.
82 for Hunter.
Yeah.
They gave our bullpen some respect.
We like that.
We needed it, yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Catchers.
Yes.
Bo Naylor.
43.
Okay,
Come on.
No, I'll go. I'll be respectful. 71.
I'll go 72 to be nicer.
I mean, you're on camera.
Okay, so like 77, 75. What is it?
Yeah, 75.
73.
That's too high.
Okay.
That's
Austin
too high.
Hedges. Austin
He's
Hedges.
giving me eye
Shoot.
signals on camera.
Austin Hedges.
That's probably another 65.
It should be higher than Bo Naylor, honestly. 67 though.
64.
Austin Hedges coming in at a 58 overall this year.
Whoa.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Okay, both of
that's
our
mean, man.
both of our first basemen. Actually, we'll Carlos got.
No,
a real,
I have some beef with that, actually. The Carlos Santana thing. You know, has a better rating than Stephen Kwan.
What?
Yeah, he does.
He does, yeah.
One time, how about this for a story? Here's just like a completely off the grid story. One time, like when we were still doing the show in Dave's basement, this is a like factual story. Madden was coming out, and Mac Wilson, you guys remember Mac
Oh, yeah.
Wilson?
Probably not.
He would call into the show. Like we had him on as a guest once, but I don't know if he thought that like he had to or we wanted him to. He would call into the show like pretty religiously, like almost every Monday, kind of unprompted. And it was an AI call screener. Like, Brian, it was the call screener we used to use when we would take calls. So it would say like, say your name, and we would see come up on Dave's computer like Mac Wilson. So it was like, okay, we'll take Mac Wilson's call. And he came in and he was complaining about his Madden rating. And it just so happens to work out that Dave has like some close friends that work or that had worked previously at EA and for Madden. So we got like a 3-way phone call set up between a Madden's rating adjuster and Mac Wilson, like live on air. And Mac Wilson pleaded his case as to why his Madden rating should be higher. And the guy said it was like the preseason at this point. And the guy was like, because the game had just come out. And the guy was like, if you get an interception in this like upcoming preseason game, we'll give it to you. Like we'll boost the rating. And he did.
No
Mac
way.
Wilson got an interception, and they did. They followed up on their word and they boosted the
Wow.
rating.
Good for
So
him.
Who was it?
Good for
Woody
Mac
Johnson that said he didn't want to trade for Jerry Jeudy because of his Madden rating?
yeah.
Absolutely insane. All right, Jack. What was Jose?
Jose is coming in, and guess Kyle Manzardo. Jose is a 95
It's respectful.
because he's a goat. Guess what Manzardo is?
80.
81.
I'm gonna say low because he's still somewhat like of an unknown. I'm gonna go 77.
You guys want to know how bad they're sleeping on the kid?
Oh no, what did they do to him?
65 overall.
Wow. So, dude,
Do
like,
they even watch the guards?
So
if that
wait,
was-
so
if that
Bo
was some
Naylor has a
stock,
higher
I would be
rating
buying it.
than Commons are.
Tristan McKenzie doesn't.
What about
yeah, no, yeah.
What's Stephen Kwan's?
Stephen Kwan.
Because I know it's lower than Santana.
It's weirdly really low. Yeah. 82.
Rude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
that's
rude.
crazy.
And Lane's an 80. Like if Kwan's an 82, how is Lane an 80? No
Those
offense
Grand
to Lane.
Slams.
Yeah,
Add
those
up.
Yeah.
Grand
They add
Slams.
up.
How about Chase DeLauder? Look at the minor leaguer.
Is the show like 2K where they will increase these like in the season?
Yeah, they don't.
Okay.
They don't do it as often as like 2K's like daily.
Daily,
I think.
yeah.
The show's like once a month, and they do a bad job of it.
They probably hate his swing, so that probably
Yeah,
goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
he's same as Manzo.
He has the same
Also-
rating as Commons are.
Yeah, DeLauder does at 65.
Interesting.
Wow.
So yeah, they slept on the guards this year.
That's absolutely
12th
disgusting.
team overall in baseball though in the game. So that's where
Our
that's what they're
pitchers,
thinking.
our
for us.
bullpen is carrying. I fear.
The bullpen's
Yeah.
definitely carrying.
So Quan too low,
Yeah.
Bo Naylor too high.
Santana too high if we're factoring in Kwan's rating. And I like Carlos. That's not a slight on Carlos. But
Yeah, I think Carlos's actual rating I think is really good for like it's correct for what it is. I think Quan is just too low.
Yeah.
Is more so the issue.
Guys, I
Nice,
do
there
it
it
once
is.
a show.
Jack, how was the game yesterday? Did you enjoy playing it?
Yeah, it was fun. I only played for a little bit, but I broke into road to the show a little bit. I was looking at the guards rosters to see what they had on, trying to figure out like what difficulty I should be on and stuff. So that was where we sat at.
Did
So
we
would
win?
you recommend it?
What
Did we win
when?
your game? Did you win the games? Did you?
Oh no, I lost actually.
Oh,
That
okay.
one game I played with the Guardians and I lost.
Of course.
All right, we
I
got.
could have come on here and said I won. There's no one fact checking me, but
True.
no, I got my ass kicked actually.
When we get back, talking about the Cavs a little bit, Friday Fantasy Draft Ballpark Edition. Also, Jack, you have to make your allegation because it is Allegation Friday.
It's got to come natural. Can't force it.
That's
All right.
true.
We'll think about it in the break, and if you come up with one, we'll say it. All right, we'll be right back on the Big Factor. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack Rourke, Nick Padone, joined in studio by guest and friend of show, Gab Gotti.
Got to pick up the vibes on a Friday.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do a
let's
little
go.
bit.
Come on.
It's low vibes.
It's better than the
15-10,
Cavs.
yeah.
55-10, the Cleveland Cavaliers right now, best record in the NBA. They play the Grizzlies tonight, 8 p.m. in Memphis. Guys, the franchise record for wins, 66-16 in 2008-2009. Back with LeBron James. I want to start with this. Is that something that you think the Cavs should be chasing? Do you want to see them chase it, or is this full gearing up for the playoffs mode?
Playoffs.
Go for it. Yeah, my
No,
bad.
sorry. I think playoffs. Going for the record would be cool, but like, what does that do for us later? It's
Exactly.
fun to win now, but it would be more fun to win in the playoffs.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, no one cares you break the regular season wins record. It's all about what you do in May and June. That's what people care about. You got to stack up for that and keep your guys healthy.
I mean, the best thing that like about like breaking the franchise record is like you'd be able to post a graphic about it on the Instagram and it would maybe get like 100 likes. Whereas like in the playoffs, you know, you get a lot more respect, legacy. So I don't care about this. I know people are like the thing with like anytime you see like a Donovan get ruled out twice, like people are gonna have like their heart stop for half a second just because like hopefully it's not anything more serious, but I really think it's rest. I think he deserves the rest. Like, let's get ready for the playoffs, man.
And the year they won 66 was the year that they lost to the Celtics when LeBron ripped the jersey off, right?
Correct.
So I mean, like, where did it get you last time, losing your best player?
It's a good- that's a
I
good
mean,
point.
look at the Warriors, best record ever, and what did that end with?
73-9 don't mean a thing without the ring. Is Rafa Hernandez
Get
Brito would
Robin
say.
here.
Guys, the Cavaliers have been such a bright spot in what was an awful football season with the Browns, and the Guardians can't come soon enough. I got to ask the question, though. What happened to Cavs Frog?
But
Does
it
anybody
was
know?
cold out, I think. It was
I heard
just
he
a little
got. I
too
heard he
cold.
got seed indeed.
Yeah.
Is that like real?
It's not confirmed.
Oh, really?
I could reach out to some sources, but I found it I don't want to out of respect for the frog. I found it
Wow.
interesting that it went from Cavs frog to Win frog.
Yeah.
I
That
found it
makes sense.
interesting that now there's a like disclaimer in the bio.
Oh, wow. See, I
Yeah.
haven't been really. I just thought it was way too cold and they didn't want to stand out there anymore like the guy that was singing.
Well, that I think about it, I haven't seen it around. Have you?
No.
I think
Do we know when it
guys-
went away?
Guys,
It was like a Duolingo thing.
I think we need to play the funeral
Wait, was
music.
that- No.
Yeah, I think we might
Was that the
need
compensatory pick in the DeAndre Hunter trade?
to.
Is it Atlanta Frog?
You
Could be
know,
Atlanta Frog.
maybe it's just they're setting it up for like a grand return to the playoffs. Because imagine like we win game 1 against Atlanta, and everybody will be like, Cavs, let them know like we got way bigger expectations. But then you see the frog in the street dancing, it'll be like, okay,
Now we're back.
it's go time.
But then in the bio, didn't it say like they added not
not
affiliated?
affiliated,
Was that there?
sponsored,
Was
or
that, I don't remember
I
that
don't
being
think
there.
Okay, but they had the frog on the court, dancing with the players.
Different
And
frog.
that
Oh,
was
different frog.
Moondog dressed as a frog.
Oh,
Oh, that was
Mhm.
different.
We had the real frog here. Signed,
Yeah.
sealed, delivered. That was the frog.
That was
sitting in that-
confirmed the frog.
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Oh, actually,
Do you guys want
know
me to
what? You know
reach
what?
out?
I do. I'm
I
curious.
do.
Allegation.
I
I have
want
my
you to.
allegation for Friday.
Okay.
My allegation is going to be against the Atlanta Hawks for taking Victory Frog in the DeAndre Hunter trade and not returning said Victory Frog. We are going to come back and take it in round 1. I think that's where we're going to go Friday.
Nick, I think you should definitely reach out because I think a lot of people want to know what happened.
Yeah,
to
I
the
saw
frog.
there was some scuttlebutt on the internet about where the whereabouts of Froggy. I just haven't reached out of respect. I don't know if they're in mourning. I don't know if they're in the midst of litigation. I wanted to just let it cool.
We need to hear their story though. Get their story out.
Is it allowed to be told?
Is it allowed to be told? There's that side of it. And also, too, I think there's something to be said. I think that what made the frog so fun in its onset was that it just came out of nowhere. So maybe this is just part of the lore, is that as quickly as it came is as quickly as it went, and we just need to appreciate it while it was here.
I guess, man. I'm gonna miss the frog. All right, we gotta flip it over, guys. When we get back, Friday Fantasy Draft Ballpark Item Edition. Last week we did Jack. I think you won.
By a lot, yeah.
Yeah, you won by a lot. All right, well, that's not going to happen again. We're going to do it with Gab live in studio when we get back here on The Big Factor. I did that once a show. Now it's twice a show. It's a
Well,
tradition
what would
at this
your
point.
what would your producer rating be in the show 25?
Right now, probably Bo Naylor
Yeah,
level.
you and Bo Naylor are gonna be hanging out there.
It would be awful. I don't want to talk about it. We'll be right back here on The Big Factor.
Yeah, well, you do it anyway.
Hey, everybody, welcome back into The Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. We're wrapping this show up with our new segment, the Friday Fantasy Draft. Guys, we're in a little bit of debate. We were going to do ballpark items, but now we're thinking we're going to do drafting Guardians players who would have your back in a fight. Do we want to roll with that?
Whatever works.
Let's
for me.
do it. Let's roll with that.
Okay. I think, Gab, you should have first pick. You're the guest on the show. Guardians players that would have your back in a fight, the #1 overall pick.
I mean, the answer is obvious. It's Ramirez. The answer is obvious. He punched Tim Anderson in the face.
I think
Knocked
that's a
him to the
fantastic
ground.
first overall pick.
Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez. All right, well, who gets second? Is the
I
real
think
question.
Jack was our winner last week, so.
Oh gosh, I mean, there's only one pick I can think of here in the one slot. I would have taken him 1-1 too. Give me Sam Henches. You got to take the 6'8" guy from
Yeah.
Minnesota, who's he's a country boy, knows how to fight. He's a lefty too. The southpaw's gonna throw him off. A little Manny Pacquiao style, if you will. APJ.
Lead right hand jab, Jay. Come on.
Yeah, that's we're gonna be taking Dr. Honch off the board there. 1-1. Give me 31. The Mountain View, Minnesota native.
Nick, I'll let you go. I'll go last.
Okay, you're deferring.
Yeah, I'm deferring.
All right.
Because I want the snake back-to-back picks.
All right. I'll go with Santana. Give me the old man dad strength.
Yeah.
Been around the block, the grizzled vet. Give me Carlos Santana having my back in a fight.
All right, excuse me, Jack, you said Sam Henches?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. Jose's off the board, Sam Henches is off the board, and Carlos Santana's off the board. I'm going Big Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
He
one.
seems like a sweet man.
Yeah, but I feel like if you
Does.
piss him off, I mean, I feel like he has the deadliest punch on that Guardians roster outside of baby Jose Ramirez. So I get back to back. I'll go Big Christmas, and
He'd be a UFC heavyweight. So.
yeah, he would be.
I think Henches is too, though. I think
Yeah,
Henches pound
would
for
be
pound
too.
has him, I think.
Yeah. I'll tell you who I'm not picking: Tristan McKenzie or Bo Naylor. With my second overall pick in this fantasy draft, I will take. I'll take Manzo. I'll take Kyle Manzardo.
I got a sleeper. I hope nobody steals it.
Well, you're up now, Nick.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, because it goes back to you.
Give me Austin Hedges, baby.
Fine pick.
So, Jack, you're back up.
And I'm going to go right back to the dudes who are over 6'5" and huge human beings. Give me Slade Ciccone, the new kid. Big-ass man. I got two. I mean, what they could do, like, I could go on, like, one of their shoulders, or, like, Slade could, like, swing me around like a, I don't even know. And I could just knock people out.
Pause.
I didn't hear the joke you said.
I just said pause. All right, Gab, you're up.
Okay, I'm going with Emmanuel Clase because when he was in that Tim Anderson fight, he also got ejected. He was ready to go.
Okay, so you get back-to-back picks now.
I have a great off-air
Okay.
Emmanuel Clase story.
I get another pick?
Yeah,
My
because
pick's
it's a
okay,
snake
and then I'm going to go
back-to-back.
Hunter Gaddis. I feel like he could probably be
Yeah,
somebody up.
that's a good one.
That's a
Damn.
great pick.
That's a great pick.
That's a great pick.
Jack, you're back up.
Oh, geez, I wasn't expecting so fast. My last one, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go similar to the route you took earlier. Give me Jonathan Rodriguez. Just another huge kid out there. I mean, I'm just trying to stack up. I got as many tall guys as I can who are big, muscular guys. So give me J-Rod.
Okay, you guys let me know if this is cheating. So this would be my last pick, and then it's wrapped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I pick Stephen Vogt?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can pick
I can
Stephen
pick
you
Stephen
pick him.
Vogt?
You can pick him.
Then I'm definitely taking Stephen
That's a
Vogt.
good
Are you
pick.
kidding me?
Damn.
He'll knock some ass out. All right, we're going to put the poll out. Wait, everyone go through your team. I have Big Christmas, Kyle Manzardo, and Stephen Vogt. Jack,
Sam Slade, J-Rod.
Nick.
Wait, who are mine?
Yeah, who's
you're
your
asking?
picks?
Oh,
Santana.
Is that
shoot. Santana. Who is my second pick?
Hedges.
Hedges.
picked
I don't think I ever made
don't
a
think you
third
made a
pick.
last one.
I'll go Gabe Arias as my
That's
third
a good
you're
one.
right.
That's a good
Gabby.
one.
You're right. You didn't make a
I
third
didn't make
pick.
a third
No,
pick.
that's a good one because he was also in that fight and he also got.
Because now, dude, like, here's the thing. When the show goes, like, a smidge over 45 minutes, people know that I'm supposed to be off the show, and my email's exploding, my phone's exploding. So now I'm, like, out of the loop. But I'm confident in my three, despite previously not knowing the order of my three, of Santana. I still forget who my second pick
Austin
was.
Hedges?
Hedges and Arias.
All right, Gab, what was your squad? You have
Jose
three,
Ramirez.
right?
Yeah, I
Oh.
have Jose, Clase, Hunter Gaddis.
Okay, that's actually
That's a good group.
That's actually a crazy
really good
squad.
group.
That might win. All right, we got to head out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning into the Big Factor. Thanks to Gab Gowdy. Go follow her on X, Instagram, all of her socials at Gab Gowdy. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your Friday. We'll be back on Monday, same people, same time. Peace out.